It's way faster than what I'd done previously. If you just done that in national cross, you'll run very well.
Yeah, like I go back and forth between this and like a bagel and banana and peanut butter. So when we have overnight oats made, I'll have overnight oats. I'll go back and forth most of the time. Like I'll nearly have this before training some days, or the bagel and banana and peanut butter, or vice versa. I'll have them like something after bagel, peanut butter and stuff quickly after as well. So this is nice to have. I think just it's easier on the stomach generally in the morning. So it's good, and then always just a bit of a coffee or something.
You dread going out in the cold this time of year?
When you get like a nice sunny crisp morning like this, it's fine. You know, it's once you're layered up and getting into the habit of putting the hats and gloves and
You must go through a lot of training here, yeah?
all the time. Nicole is always giving out about that. The wash basket is always full, and then it's like, oh, we need to wash this, but like I'm like, well, New Balance have given me so much gear. You know, it's like over time that it's there to get me through this. You know, all the time. So obviously, you I think we all start getting picky sometimes as well. That we start finding our favourite bits of kit as well, and you start wearing it all the time. So,
but in my defense, there's a point. Sean has loads of clothes, so he doesn't need to be washing often to wear again. Then he wants to do a big wash at once, like 3 machines at once. And I'm like, Sean, but where do you want to hang it? So we don't have room, you know, in the rack.
those tasks become a big thing. You know, it's like, so you nearly have to plan it around your rest day that I'm going to do my wash on the rest day.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's, so then you try,
How's work on them any other day? Don't ask him.
yeah.
Like, oh, I get tired. I'm not doing my job. My job is to rest.
How do you find the period when Sean's away on training weeks?
Naturally, like if he's 2 days away, I'm already missing him. So I think that's natural for couples, isn't it? I think most of the people are the same. So
Because I even know when like Nicole goes off for a few days or goes up to Dublin, it's like the initial first 2 days or something she's away, and then after that it's like you start falling back into your own routine. So I think it's always just the first few days when you're off doing something or going somewhere else. It's takes a small bit of an adjustment. So yeah. Yeah. The washing, yeah.
Do you do any yoga or anything?
I don't. I should be. I've tried yoga a couple of times before, and it's not an enjoyable experience for me because I've been so stiff and tight that it's just like, oh, it's not a pleasant experience when you can't do any of the exercises. So I've kind of just got a bit of my own routine, really.
I hate being late. Even if I know like I'm going to be the only one there, I still want to be there for half 9. Like I'd be definitely one of those people that's like, if you're not 5 minutes early, you're late. Like.
No, it's
Well,
only
it's
takeaway
oh,
for
yeah.
it now. It's laughing beside it. They wanted to know last night what the takeaway was. They fucking made me mind up yet.
Takeaway cans.
Takeaway cans, yeah.
They're on the banned list.
Full mark.
Those are on the banned list for the next 4 weeks.
Big crew.
here today?
Yeah, it's like Saturdays is generally we've a good crew, like, so like obviously a mixture between the lads. Like Willie comes in, he done his marathon session yesterday, so I was on the bike with him, and then he just comes in, jogs. Nigel's gonna run Dublin Marathon as well, so they're just gonna do their easy run together. And then the girls are great as well. Nicole and some of the women are good getting in, so. And then the young lad Connor and Aidan, so it's nice, like, creates a bit of energy.
What's the session today then?
So just going to do 20 minutes of steady running up and down the hills, so pretty much work the hills, and so kind of work a bit harder on the hills and just a bit easier and steady on the downhill and flat. So just kind of, obviously because we're getting into the cross country season, you kind of want that steady running, over a period of time, and going up and down, and twisting and turning. That's what you're going to be getting in the cross country. So this is what I think my third week doing this. Obviously we done Holt Hill last week, so yeah, I had done this 2 weeks before that, so it's nice. It's a good morning for it as well, a gorgeous morning. Last day I done this, I got absolutely torn apart by the wind, so it was a bit deflating, but this morning is nice, and I think Dave and I'll just run steady together and we'll see how it works out. I might kick on a bit on the hills, or we just stay together. So a bit of hard work, but nothing as extreme as last week. Some morning for it, yeah, they're on today, but it's actually quite nice. It's warm. I think it's just starting. Certainly won't be needing them in the session.
It must be nice to be able to share this goal as well.
It's great, obviously. It's helped her integrate into the community in Clonmel since she's come home, and the other girls have been fantastic to her, People can be intimidated of clubs and stuff like that as well, but they're a great place, to get people together and people look out after each other, even though it can be whatever environment you want it to be. It can be a competitive, or it can be just an outlet to get out, so. It's way faster than what I done previously. Yeah, like we were out aggressive enough early, but it's like that. It's just like the last 2-3 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's just hanging on.
That's what I mean. I was like, I could smash this last K, and then all of a sudden I'm back up this hill, and I'm going, I'm done. I'm just swamped. Yeah. By lactic. Even that last one, I was like,
because I thought you were going to continue around. I was like, please.
No, I was looking at 20 minutes. So. If you just done that in National Cross, you'll run very well. Yeah. Or any race over cross, and that's difficult. It's just difficult, like. So I felt very strong on that, being honest, until the last 3 minutes. It's the cumulative effect of it over the up and downs, and you feel great. But I think it's good to get used to going on the downhills as well, because I've raced cross before where you're hitting those hard downhills and the legs just go from underneath you, So it's good to work everything. So and David was very strong there. He's very pleased with him as well. So obviously Dave is coming from a full marathon background as well, so I'd kind of be just a bit more powerful on the hills. Like Dave has got a great engine, so he'll just he can clock away at the same pace all day, you know.
You keep that hill work up now through your track season.
Yes, we would. And then we, like, the great thing about this facility is we can vary it, like we often do, some like threshold on the lower loop and go into the vary of the hills. You know, you can do your 1 minute hills, your 30-second hills. You can do everything and then come back here in the track and start hitting some reps as well, you know. So it's fantastic really to be able to get everything done here, you know. And then all it takes is a 2-3 minute spin either side of town and we could do 800 meter hill reps, or we can go far as 7-8k straight uphill, you know, up the mountain. So it's great, you know, and to get the variety of everything. So since Nigel has come in as club chairman, he's been fantastic, you know. It's been a lot of forward thinking and progressive thinking, and our juvenile numbers have gone absolutely through the roof as well, which is fantastic, you know.
I've been the chairman of the club now for the past 2 years. It's a voluntary position. The club, every year we have an AGM and we elect some individuals who will put themselves forward to steward the club for the betterment of all the club members. But obviously the club is all about our athletes, you know, and we had exponential growth in the last couple of years, particularly in the last year since we moved into this facility. Sometimes people see the track and they get a little bit afraid of it because they think you have to be elite. If anything, the likes of Sean tries to slow people down and tries to make people work within their own capabilities, and also trying to educate people in terms of what we're trying to get from the session and what the individuals should do to get the most from themselves.
What's it like having someone of Sean's level, like around the club? You know, like, does it help raise the game?
Oh yeah, like it raises your game. So there's the expertise that Sean brings because of his experience, like as a juvenile athlete. Like, you know, I even remember Sean as a juvenile athlete, and Sean was a senior athlete even when he was a juvenile athlete, in terms of his thought process and, you know, how he thought about training, but also his experience and I suppose what he's picked up from being in the US, what he's picked up from being around the likes of Phelan and all that crew and bringing that down. So there's the expertise that we rely very heavily on. I personally rely on it a lot, you know. But it's just the basics. It's like the attitude to training. It's like we turn up here today for what's going to be a hard session, but it's become second nature to us, like in that we're not even complaining about it or whinging about it. Because with Sean, it's like this is our bread and butter. Like, this is like going to work, you know, going to the office, and like, so you're on time, you know, you're prepared, you have your heart rate monitor, you have everything you need, and it's just that attitude that he brings. It kind of sinks into the rest of us, and you can see it here. Like, there's people here training at the same time as us. They're not training with us, but they're doing all the drills and strides and techniques that Sean has kind of brought onto the club, you know. So having him around, it's great. It's definitely raised our game. Like, it makes you believe that, you know, I'll be 40 next year, but I still believe I could do something with the sport, and that's because of his kind of impressions that he'd bring on you know.
Originally we had planned to race today, but I think after Holt last week, that was good hard effort, and I had a pretty good week of training, and so I was like, I wanted to bank 3 or 4 more weeks of those, you know. We're kind of finding the sweet spots now in terms of what we can hold consistently over a period of time. So it's nice now. We kind of have our week that's structured and roughly around the mileage that feels like a sweet spot at the moment, that I'm not getting too tired. So I just know I need like 4 weeks or so that consistent. Like, it's mainly about staying healthy and staying consistent and putting the workload in, you know, and getting up to high volume again. So just banking that, and then eventually getting to it's more like, I think I get good. Like, even yesterday, Friday is generally my rest day, and I'm like, even yesterday I was like, I feel like I'll go out for a run, and then I had to stop myself, and I was like, well, could I do this for 2 years or a year straight, you know? It's like, eventually I'd probably want my Fridays off, so it's like, just take the Friday off.